Discover true hydration and rethink what you drink. Why true hydration? We use nature's ancient recipe, 99.999% pure water and essential minerals for intracellular hydration. This means the right ingredients are combined to deliver to the inside of your cells for rapid absorption. Customers have shared they have boosted energy levels, enhanced sleep quality, and more. Your body knows best, so give it the best. True hydration, right here on ShopHQ and ShopHQ.com.
Enter the world of haute horology with the worldwide debut of Gatsby Timepieces. Each modern marvel is an instrument of impeccable craftsmanship, using only the finest components from precious metals to intricate complications. Express your individuality, your sophistication, and appreciation for the art of watchmaking. With every tick, we redefine what it means to wear time. Gatsby Timepieces, debuting now on ShopHQ and ShopHQ.com. Enter the world of haute horology with the worldwide debut of Gatsby Timepieces. Each modern marvel is an instrument of impeccable craftsmanship, using only the finest components from precious metals to intricate complications. Express your individuality, your sophistication, and appreciation for the art of watchmaking. With every tick, we redefine what it means to wear time. Gatsby Timepieces, debuting now on ShopHQ and ShopHQ.
Well, with every tick, Gatsby is redefining the art of watchmaking with impeccable designs at the forefront. My name's Hannah Timm. Justin Zimmer is here, an authority in watches and timepieces, no stranger to your screens. We're so excited for Justin's triumphant return. Now, we have never worked together, so we're really looking forward to this little preview hour, Justin. All right, so Gatsby Timepieces, you know, I come from a theater background. I worked on Broadway, cruise ships all across the United States at different theaters, and so I like to call this, yes, a preview, but it's kind of like the peek behind the curtain. It's VIP access.
It really is,
exclusive for all of our timepiece collectors that are at home right now. You get to see what we've been working on behind the scenes. We'll walk you through, you know, what this design means, all of the features of it as well. But really, this is all about these impeccable, top-notch designs. All right, so I want to share with you what is coming up. This is our only to-know shape case that we have here tonight. I know a lot of our collectors love that shape. It's 929910. It is a 40mm case size. This is what we call the autograph. Give me the cliff notes here.
Absolutely. So you can see the Art Deco kind of theme on the tonneau case on this with the beautiful machining on this. Plus we have some inspiration of the golden age of aviation on this one. Really what you're going to be seeing with every single one of these timepieces is a timeless classic. These are watches you will get home and they will literally be the cherished pieces in your collection forever. You're going to see a lot more, you know, classic case sizes that really transcends time. So this is a 40mm case size, although from the 12 to the 6, it's a 44mm.
Okay.
Beautifully curved sapphire crystal. So we're going to talk about all the upgrades. You have a Swiss-made movement. It's actually a Ronda StarTech 5050C, and we'll get into that when we have the full presentation. You're talking about high-end. You have the 316L, you know, stainless steel, surgical grades. You have the additional, you know, alloys added to drastically enhance corrosion resistance and, you know, harsh environments. We're talking about quality done throughout.
Oh, we're so excited for that one. That is coming up for its very first airing. And of course, during this preview hour, we're just telling all of our timepiece collectors out there what is to come. We're going to have multiple different collections from our Gatsby line before the, and we'll kick all of that off on the official launch, which I believe is December 1st. I got to check my notes on that one. All right, we're going to get into the Symphony. So I want to show you the Symphony. It's 929902. This is going to be the only one that we feature here tonight in terms of our preview, the only one that has the mesh strap to it. So you have 3 different great classic colors that you can choose from. We have your black gold tone. We also have your gold tone. And then this is going to be your, oh my gosh, wait, hold on a second.
The gold tone pops.
Look at the gold tone.
Well, the gold tone's really showcasing what we're talking about tonight with that Art Deco, the architecture feel from those buildings from the 20s, not only on the case back, but on the dial as well. And I just want to be very clear, this is a brand new watch brand, and there are 0 gimmicks here. It's 1000% about high quality. That's not just a sapphire crystal, it's a double domed sapphire crystal, and we'll talk about what makes that special.
Look at the lume.
Of course, Super Luminova on that.
That's
and
just fun to say.
It's the only one, Super Luminova.
Yeah, Super Luminova.
Plus, it's the only one that has that jeweler's quality custom Milanese mesh bracelet.
I love
and
it.
we'll talk about how easy it is to like actually, size that, because literally within 2 seconds you're wearing this piece. It's all about classic elegance. It's all about, again, getting into wearable art.
All right, we're going to talk all about it as we get into our very first presentation. Welcome to everybody who is out there on the chat and watching, our enthusiasts, our collectors. We are so glad that you are here. Oh, and before we get into our presentation, I just want to make sure if you guys are just tuning in, we want to thank our veterans here today. Happy Veterans Day to anybody who has served out there, both near and far. We want to thank you for your service and for your sacrifice. Now, let me officially introduce Justin Zimmer for his proper introduction. So many of you guys know him, have shopped with him for years and years. He's a watch expert who's evolved into a television personality and is passionate about innovative design. Television personality since 2010, but he's been at the network since 2004. Give him a little follow on social media. But we are so glad that you have come back, your triumphant return. I want to know, first and foremost, before we get into this, a little bit more about why you chose to partner with Gatsby.
So it's an amazing story, and it all kind of goes back to one guy, Vikas Patel. He's the creator and the designer. I've met with him a few times. I like what he's doing. He's not just about the details of a timepiece. He likes to build a high-end piece. This line, and of course, if you've been watching, the shows just a little bit, we also had, the Cobalt line that launched a little bit earlier as well. That's a little bit more of a sporty line. Now we're getting into the elegant, classic, high-end kind of a line that he's launching as well. And he really knows what he's doing. And what I love about it is just his interest in making a high-end piece, and that's what we're going to be talking about with this one here today. So I don't know, let's run through the color choices, and then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to grab one, and we're going to give you the full experience with the packaging, because you have never seen anything like this on the network.
All right, 929897. This is how we start our preview show of Gatsby. This is going to be, you know what? I don't think my cards have been updated. If you guys can help me, we have our black right here. Thank you so much, Jason. This is your black. That's how excited we were to get this brand on air. We have your black right here. Check that one out. So you have that beautiful black leather strap as well. Next up is going to be your blue, beautiful navy dial. Oh my gosh,
I think we're just ordering it by the strap, right? But look at the gold tone accents on it. This is all about perfection. And of course, the next one's going to be brown, but you actually have that dial that is so absolutely rich.
That looks like money right there. Okay, get this home on your value pay if you would like. We also have financing options, everybody. If you're shopping with your ShopHQ credit card, we'll walk you through all of the details. We really are talking about the beauty and the designs of each and every piece from Gatsby here. So this is kind of your introduction. This line is a tribute to the golden age of design. We're really, really excited to break everything down for you. Superior attention to detail in each and every watch. Art Deco dial here, hand-polished bezel. You have that Super Luminova effect. But let's get into it.
That's your favorite part of it, I can tell.
I had to say it, Justin.
And I don't know if I should say this or not. I don't know if you can name things like this, but it's actually based off of Vikas, you know, being out and about and in the Chrysler building. That's kind of where this one came from. So you start to see that Art Deco design. And I want to talk about the packaging real quick.
The packaging is so good.
Just think about this. Getting this home for yourself, this is the complete high-end experience. And of course, if you want to gift, you know, luxury for the holidays, this is absolutely the way to go. So it ships in this outer box, basically, is what you're looking at. And again, you get even that Art Deco theme. Everything ties together beautifully on this one. I'm going to open this up, and of course, you have the wooden box on the inside as well of this, which is absolutely crazy, right? So let's check this out.
Think about that.
Look at the hardware. It's done in that gold. You have that same beautiful Art Deco design running completely around the case. Highly lacquered, mirror polished. I did my makeup in this a little bit earlier.
I know.
Check this out, though. You open this up, and this is that experience that you get. Now, you have the hidden door on the back that has all of your instructions, and you know, comes with a chamois, of course, and everything like that. But this is what you're going to be getting home. This is the top of the top. This will be the envy of your collection.
Yes,
right
absolutely. I was just going to say that the best of the best, the creme de la creme in terms of design and in presentation. So I'm going to pop this one on. I have the brown, beautiful vintage look here because of the color that they added into the dial. We'll get into all of the details here, but again, design is at the very forefront of our Gatsby timepieces here tonight. So this is a close-up shot of the brown. It's a 40mm case size here. So I think, you know what? Could this be unisex?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, this is about classic, you know, timeless elegance that everybody can wear. And I think what a lot of people have kind of forgot over the years is that I know we see a lot of large case designs, and of course in Cobalt we have larger case designs. I'm sure you've seen that, you know, last hour there were larger case designs. But for the longest time, when we talk about the world of the art, I should say, of watchmaking, it was the race to build slimmer. It was the race to build smaller, because this was the true test that what you were doing was amazing as a watchmaker, right? It's a lot easier. I mean, I want to choose my words carefully, but it's easier to build a timepiece that's thicker, that's larger. You got a lot more room to work with.
Yeah.
When you get into something like this, classic 40mm, absolutely anybody can wear this. Anybody. Timeless, classic, transcends age, does not matter. Everybody can love this one. Plus, it's about 12mm slim.
Yeah.
So when we talk about wearability, this is absolutely the piece. So you have that dial design, again, based off of those just amazing buildings, Art Deco, you know, buildings.
Even
but
the case
also
back has
the
it too.
lobby too. Yeah, the case back's going to have that same gorgeous design to it. And here's kind of a list of the premium specifications that you're going to get into, and we can just start to break those down here in a moment.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, once again, you are shopping 929-897. This is our preview of Gatsby timepieces exclusive to you here at ShopHQ. Welcome into our timepiece collectors, to our watch enthusiasts that are out there. We have 2 hours of fun coming your way. We're going to talk about the designs. You know, Justin actually had an opportunity to sit down with the designer Vikas. So we're going to kind of pull back the curtain on, you know, the design inspiration, of course, the specifications here as well, but really excited to give you a little preview of everything that's to come, because Justin, we're going to have different collections in this line too that will officially launch in December. Yeah,
we just have a sample of pretty much what's going to be happening here. So let's get into, you know, what makes this such a high quality build as well. Of course, you know, the movement on the inside, you have a Swiss made movement. It is from Ronda, one of the most well-known names, you know, in the Swiss industry. It's a SlimTech 1014 on the inside, 10 jewel bearings on the inside. I think it's always fascinating when we talk about jewel bearings with quartz movements. Typically, that's something you'll really talk about with mechanicals and mechanical automatics. But you have 10 jewels on the inside. It's all metal. You know, there's a lot of movements that feature, you know, quartz movements that feature plastic components and stuff like that. This is an all-metal repairable movement. It's actually gold-plated, and fascinating, the architecture even on the inside, the sophistication of the movement, it's less than 2mm thick, and that's one of the reasons why we can get into a slimmer case design, but still maintain a high level of detail on the dial. And again, talk about just timeless, gorgeous elegance. That's what this is. Every single time that you look down at your wrist, this is what you get to see. I love, the hour markers on here too, how that's mirror polished, just beautifully done. So that's the movement. Now, another thing that surprises me, you still get 10 atmospheres of water resistance on this piece, which to me is hugely upgraded. Whenever you get into classic builds, typically you have, 3 atmospheres or 5 atmospheres. 10 atmospheres, a little bit over 300 feet. Again, I'm not saying you're taking it in the water, but it's a testament to the quality and the construction of the case design on this piece.
Everything done to perfection here. Every
Feels
single
good, looks good.
detail. I mean, it really is a fantastic way to get into a brand new collection here at ShopHQ that we're really excited to give you a preview of right now. We're going to share with you the little detail sheet once again, 12 millimeter case thickness, which definitely stuck out to me too, because you have to have all of those teeny tiny little components that go inside the watch. So beautiful designs here. And you have, do we have the loom shot ready? Super Luminova. Let's talk to this.
You know what I love here too, when you look at the dial, it almost doesn't look like the hour markers will loom up. And I think, that's an issue with some watch manufacturers. Of course, you're seeing the hands loom up with Super Luminova like crazy, but we've actually kind of, for lack of a better term, it's kind of tucked to the side around that outer track, and that's what you're seeing here. But it doesn't get in the way then of the classic gorgeous hour markers and how they're mirror polished. Today when you get into more of a sportier design, the full hour marker will be done in that luminescence feature. Here, it's just that little bit so you can still tell, the time in those low light situations if you're in a theater or something like that. Let's talk about the crystal, because it's not just a sapphire crystal, it's a double domed sapphire crystal, which literally means it produces very little to no distortion at the edge. So I guess to try to explain this, sometimes you have, the crystal that's domed on top and it's actually flat on the bottom, and that will start to give you a magnification effect, but you can get extreme distortion as you get out to the outer portion. Here, it's actually double domed, which is very expensive. And of course, especially with the sapphire crystal, we know the expense with that. So you have that all included on this piece.
Absolutely. Anti-reflective treatment here as well, which is going to give you the better view of the dial when you are wearing it, when you're looking down at your wrist. Free shipping on this, absolutely. You also get this beautiful packaging. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome. This is the preview to our Gatsby timepiece collection. 40 millimeter case size. We'll walk you through and make sure that you guys know all of those details once again out the door. I also want to take you through your color options. You're loving the black right now, I am hearing, but you also have the opportunity to shop on the blue, beautiful genuine leather strap here. I don't know, there's something about navy that I'm really leaning into right now. Looks fantastic on a gentleman and matches right back to all of your yellow gold or any of your white metals as well for the blue. So you do have that nice versatility in the blue. Here's a close-up shot live of the, yep, that's
the way it plays with the light. I'm telling you, like, I know blue is extremely popular. You have that Art Deco design, but when you start to trim out, the hour markers and the way the hands were expertly created, by the way. Everything is flawless. As we're showing you this, I want you to really recognize all the details. From the mirror polish, the hand mirror polishing on this piece, to the genuine leather that is so absolutely perfect and soft.
Does it have the little G on it? Oh, I don't know if our cameras are picking it up. Sorry, does this have the G on the crown right there? Oh, see, look at that. And we'll show you the case back here once again.
It's a cabochon crown. We're literally, when we talk about sophistication, that's what this is. Again, it's no gimmicks on here. It's straight, beautiful, flawless engineering and finishing techniques, which is the way the watch world used to be. And that's really where we're taking this.
Absolutely, that nod to vintage, but again, meets modern design. Let's do it. Like, here's your case back.
Are you
little
kidding
cheat
me?
sheet, sapphire crystal, double domed design. Use that value pay to get it home. You also have special financing here. Oh my!
You were just talking about the blue with the gold tone. This actually matches that too with the hardware and everything, so it does. But it's a legacy piece. You get this home, and again, it's the top of your collection. That's
okay, wait, I also have to show mine because I'm really loving that too. The brown. Okay, I'll show you the brown. Final minute to shop.
It's one of those times where you fall in love with every color. When you start to feature it, you start showing it on TV, and you fall in love with it.
I really am. 40 millimeter case size. Again, not too big, not too small. You can definitely dress this up if you would like. for the boardroom. This is going to get attention. This screams luxury and sophistication. Classic 40mm size. So yes, ladies, you can wear this too if you would like. I don't know, this brown one is also speaking to me here with that beautiful rose gold dial. That kind of gives it an extra kind of vintage effect, I think, with the rose gold. All high polish, beautifully done for you. Genuine leather strap. Hey, we want to make sure that everybody knows how you can shop with us here if today is the first day, or if you've been shopping with us for years and years and years. Value Pay is extended to everyone that shops with us here at ShopHQ. No extra cost, no interest, no hidden fees, no qualifying. So get that home. Interest-free payments. That makes it a little bit easier on your pocketbook. We know a lot of you guys are Isn't it good? I feel like we should do a dance. I have got the.
I feel like you could do a dance.
From Chicago. What's the name of that dance called? I got it. I have that down. Okay, so in case anybody is wondering. Well, we'll also talk random facts here.
Sure.
We're gonna get to know Justin a little bit more too, because I know a lot of our timepiece collectors, a lot of our watch lovers. You already know Justin. You've been shopping with him for years and years. But I kind of like to take it back to basics. Learn about literally what makes a watch tick. Talk to our experts. Really learn about their background in the world of timepieces. Now, want to share with you. This is a look at our Burlington. This is still to come. It is 929903. You're looking at a 40mm case size. It is automatic movement. And this, you have the open heart right there as well. Exhibition case back on this one too. I have, what color do I have? I have the gold tone. Okay, I have the gold tone. We also have rose tone and your silver tone, and this one has the rubber strap material on this one, flat sapphire crystal, anti-reflective treatment, and again that great exhibition case back.
I love that. We'll talk about the movement here, but I'm glad that we've utilized the mechanical automatic here, because it's really a throwback to the innovation of the 1920s locomotives and railways.
Yeah.
And the rubber strap is the FKM rubber. We'll talk about what makes that extremely popular as well.
Different
because
than
it
silicone.
does not degrade
Right.
over time. There's that super luminova shot that Hannah loved so much, and we put that up. Of course, sapphire crystal, everything high end on that one. I think it's got a little bit more of a modern flair on it, though, when we look at the case design.
Yeah,
So it's an exciting piece.
For sure. Vintage meets modern right there. It's 929903 with that open heart detail as well on the dial. All right, the only mesh strap that we have here tonight in our preview collection, this is called the Symphony. This really speaks to me as a music lover. 929902 is going to be your item number to shop on this. You can bring it home for that value pay. 6 interest-free value pays, $333.33. Or again, use that special financing if you're shopping on your ShopHQ credit card. I know we have added in some different colors here since I got my cards home last night. This is your black, but look at those gold tone accents that you see on the black. Of course, you're also going to have the black strap here as well. Okay, we only have, we have fewer than 100 in the black to go around. All right, you guys have been busy. This is your gold tone option right here in the center. Oh my gosh.
Looks like a bazillion dollars.
I know. Yeah. This is the CEO vibes right there. That's the gold tone. Only about 100 left to go around there. And then we'll finish off with the silver tone in terms of quantity. This is the deepest quantity that we have here. That is the silver tone. We'll walk you through all of the details. You can see those complications, the date window, 40mm case size. Justin, would you like to introduce the Symphony?
I think this really showcases what we've been talking about. It's blending, the gilded Art Deco age with high-end watchmaking, and of course we're utilizing, modern movements and components, really adding to the quality of what you're going to be getting home here today. Of course, everything that we're going to be showing you ships in the premium packaging that we actually have some on both sides. You have the wooden case that's lacquered. That is absolutely beautiful on how this actually ships. But let's get into this one. So you have another movement on the inside. that is a Swiss-made quartz chronograph. So you're talking about nothing but the best on the inside. It's actually a Ronda StarTech 5030D, 13 joule movement, all metal again, gold plated. You actually have a standard battery life of 4.5 years on this this particular movement, which is absolutely fantastic. Again, 10 atmospheres of water resistance on this piece, so that's about the construction and quality of this piece. Here you have the model number on the case back, that same Art Deco design, beautifully machined on the case back here too. Now, we briefly touched on, you know, that double domed sapphire crystal, and this one features that as well. So you're noticing, you know, as you move this around, virtually no distortion from the angles that you're looking at. Look at how beautiful that is. Again, that's sophistication. No gimmicks. This is all high end on this piece. And of course, look at the hour markers, how they're beautifully finished. You know, they're all crafted outside of the timepiece, applied on top. The beautiful dial design on this too, and of course the hands are absolutely stunning on this piece. Hand finishing on that case too.
I like how on the dial you have multiple different textures here. You have the textured on the back, and then you also have the high polish that is done in the designs. It really does tell you all about the design inspiration, you know, the architectural lines, the symmetry of the architectural lines, the geometry that we know and love from that Art Deco period. It's really brought to life in such a unique and elegant way. 929902 is going to be your item number to go ahead and shop on this. Justin has the gold tone on his wrist right now. Beauty in every detail here on this watch. I really think that this is one of those watches that you see it for the first time. I know I did this yesterday. We walked through the show together. We were out in the hallway. We're kind of checking all of these out. This is the one that truly stopped me in my tracks. I had to take a double take.
You know, when we're talking about flawless, you know, finishing techniques and just craftsmanship, this is a great example of that timepiece. It will absolutely stop you in your tracks when you look at something like this. I love every single color. I'm a fan of the monochromatic look. Of course, I was showing you the all gold tone. You have the all silver tone, which I think is very difficult for a watchmaker at that point to allow the details to pop, and you're really achieving that with the different finishing techniques, mirror polishing, blending that with, you know, more of a brush finish and stuff like that. But this watch, this one's unique. You have more of a modern black ionic plating, but now you're mixing that with that rich, gorgeous, classic gold that's mirror polished on this. And look at the hand mirror polishing on this side of the case. It's actually, it will reflect. You're noticing the Milanese mesh bracelet as you see that. Just absolutely stunning on this piece. Now, it's all 316L surgical grade stainless steel. You know, typically we talk about steel, you have 304 and 316. Now, 316 is going to be a higher grade, really. I mean, it has additional alloys that gives it further corrosion resistance against harsh elements. Now, there's a reason, absolutely a reason, why a lot of watch manufacturers have moved away from 316L. It's vastly more expensive to produce a timepiece with that material. Here, we maintained that high standard on this particular timepiece. I know we already were speaking about the Super Luminova. That's on this one too. And it's one of those rare opportunities. There it is. Bam.
Woo!
Right?
I like it. I like it.
It's one of those rare, and I like again how we've included the Super Luminova, which typically on classic pieces, you don't have it on the hour markers. Because it kind of overtakes the design of the watch, but the way that we've done it, it's just done perfectly so you can see it, but it does not take over the design. Look at this. So you can see it doesn't look like they loom up when you look in the shot.
Okay, even at night, this has sophistication to it as well. 929902. I have the silver tone on my wrist. Benefits of the Milanese mesh bracelets here. It's always one of my favorites because it feels the most comfortable. It literally feels like a piece of fabric that becomes a part of your wrist. Not only that, this has a durability to it too because there's less breaking points.
Yeah, you don't have pins, right? And you know, commonly when you get into a lot of pins, those are the the areas that would fail, the failure points. So here you don't have the pins. It's actually a custom woven design that's all done beautifully in that Milanese mesh. There's a lot of people, you just don't like straps. You know, it could be rubber straps, leather straps, anything. You want high grade steel, the 316L surgical grade steel. This is by far the lightest weight and most comfortable. You know, a lot of times we show the flexibility of bracelets, you know, with 3 links and, you know, multi-link designs, and yeah, they can be flexible, but nothing like this. Nothing like this. But here's what's important. It literally sizes up or sizes down to any wrist size. And the fact that we're a 40 millimeter means everybody on the planet can wear this comfortably. I do want to show how to size this real quick.
Sure,
because
please.
to me, that's revolutionary as well. Now, sometimes you would see Milanage, you know, mesh bracelets where you actually have links that you have to remove. I don't like that, and it only gives you a little bit of sizability. Here, basically, there's just a lever mechanism that you're just going to flip up. And when you've done that, now what you can do is you can slide that clasp wherever you need it. So if you need it smaller, you're sliding it closer to the case.
Thanks for showing
you want to size it up, you just go the other way. And whenever you have it where you need it, you press that down, it locks in place. Now I'm going to pick this up and show you how to clasp it as well.
Yep.
Basically, you have 2 locking mechanisms. You're going to have a bar right here, and on the other side, you kind of have that hook design. So you just hook right over the bar, just like that, and then you just lock it in place, just like that. Also, look at this. You have that signature Gatsby logo machined beautifully right around my fingerprints on there as well. Hold on. I'll just use my included Gatsby cloth there, chamois.
You might be able to charge more money for that because it has your fingerprints on it.
Right, I think so.
People want a piece of Justin right there, I think,
cool?
on their timepiece.
Careful now.
I like that though because it's beautiful. You know, in terms of the blend of the colors right there, continues on to the mesh strap with the black, gorgeous gold tone accents. I really love the black option too.
You know, it's that opportunity where they're all beautiful.
Yes.
They're all beautifully done.
Really nice. Okay, curved sapphire crystal here once again.
You just made up a new type of crystal.
I did. Crystal.
You got it. You should trademark that.
That's good. Okay, now I'm going to be a watch designer.
You want
next.
something even harder than sapphire? We got you covered.
I'm going to trademark that right now. Nobody else take it.
Yeah, I mean, you
it's
said
the Krister.
I think that's how it works.
That's mine. Nobody else can have it. Hey, shout out to everybody who's on the chat right now. I see Vinny, I see Chris that's out there. Anybody who's out there shopping with us on the chat, good to hear from you. Oh, and we would love to hear from you. Give us a call. The testimonial line is open for our enthusiasts, for our collectors. Tell us what you're loving here. You know, that's something that I would love to get into here before we move on from this conversation or from this timepiece, Justin. 1-800-938-9708. Give us a call. We would love to hear from you. Tell us about what you think of our Gatsby timepiece line. But I think you said something to me yesterday in terms of, you know, when you sat down with Vikas, who is the brains behind Gatsby, you know, this is a line that we're all evolving with together. So, you know, definitely we're open to customer requests, I think, with this line as well.
You know, and that's something that one of the reasons why I've signed on as well, because he's going to be very responsive to that, where, you know, in the past, I think, you know, I worked with some brands where they were kind of open to that, but not always. But he is absolutely on board with shaping this brand into what everybody wants to see. So it's very exciting, and I can tell right now a lot of people are probably asking for more mechanicals and mechanical automatics, and we're absolutely going to get into that at some point. I just want to show you the complete experience once again.
It is an experience.
Think about the ultimate gift, right? If you have that watch collector at home and you want to gift him or her that grail piece, that's literally what this is. Top of the top, best of the best. This is the outer packaging, which already is nicer than a lot of watch packaging you get, you know, watches home
Easy to wrap box.
Easy to wrap. You have that same Art Deco design on that. Of course, that's protecting your case on the inside, that wood box with the high finish lacquer. I love the you know, the hardware on here as well, how it's actually finished. It's mirror polished. It's done in that gold tone. Everything about this screams the classic high-end elegance. And just think about this. This is experience, okay? You're getting this home for yourself. You just open the hardware.
Oh my gosh.
And this is the moment, right? When you open that up and you see that timepiece on the inside, that is where it's perfection.
Oh my gosh, I hope you have your favorite glass of your favorite alcohol right next to you when you have that whole experience, because it's about that nostalgia, right? It's that vintage aesthetic meets modern innovations here, and it really is a true experience. So when you do unpackage this, I mean, it screams luxury. It's beautifully designed for you. Gatsby is all about designs at the forefront here, and we'll continue talking to all of you about this throughout the next couple of hours, but you guys have exclusive access, a peek behind the curtain, if you will, during our preview of Gatsby Timepieces. Now, the black I'm hearing was the most popular on that presentation. Yeah. We like that. Okay, nice job, everybody. Now, we're going to help you get this home. We do offer special financing if you're shopping on your ShopHQ credit card, or if you would like to open one here today, you certainly can. You'll get a $30 statement credit when you do open up your ShopHQ credit card. Now, if you want to take a look a little bit more in terms of Gatsby timepieces, I encourage you to go to our website. It's shophq.com. You can actually take a closer look of everything that we have already loaded in, but make sure that you understand there is so much more to come from Gatsby. We will have different collections, different design features, all of the things that our watch collectors love. So make sure that you are checking back at shophq.com as we continue to load in more designs in preparation for the official launch. And here it is. I love this video. Here's our little B-roll preview video of Gatsby. This is top notch. I mean, there is beauty in every single detail here. It is a nod to that Art Deco period, which we're so excited about with this little preview. All right, we're gonna moving into our autograph right now. Now, I previewed this at the top of the show, and this is your only tonneau shape case that we have here in our preview tonight. You're looking at a 40mm case size. Very distinct look to this case, and a lot of you guys love that. We'll walk you through your choices. We have your, is this what we're calling gold tone black? That's your gold tone black right here. We'll show you the genuine leather strap, crocodile embossed leather strap on that one too. Here's gold tone black. Go through all of those details here in just a moment. Here is a look at your, we're calling this silver tone black, okay? So silver on the bezel, and then you also have the black in terms of the strap. Silver tone black right here. Okay, and then finally, let's take a look at your silver tone blue. So this one, silver tone on the bezel, blue on the strap. So I want to show that close-up shot of the strap right now. Crocodile emboss, which really does take it to a whole other level in terms of the design yet again.
It definitely adds to the elegance of the piece for sure. Now, this is one that, you know, the designer Vikas really talked about, one of his favorite pieces, where it's kind of a nod, you know, to the golden age of aviation. But when you start to look at the dial on this piece, what you're going to notice, it's almost like searchlights or something like that, where he kind of described it like at the grand opening of a store or something like that, or I don't know, you could say like during World War II or something, where you'd have the searchlights looking for the planes. That's what's been actually engineered into the dial of this piece. So it's very sophisticated, but then you can really see that, you know, 1920s Art Deco, that beautiful architecture coming through on the case of this piece. Now, it's what's called a tonneau, so it's a lot more high-end. Anytime you get into a beautiful tonneau case design, but this is where you get into that architecture, where you have the beautiful machining again that's taking place on the sides. And again, look at how flawless it is, how it's brushed, and then, you know, it's actually machined out. You have that beautiful hand finishing on the sides once again. I mean, everything is so beautifully, flawlessly, you know, done on this piece. Let's talk about some specifications real quick and get into this one too. There is a high quality Swiss-made quartz chronograph movement on the inside. It is from Ronda. It's a Ronda StarTech caliber 5050C, which gives you some, which gives you some.
That's one of my things. When we have a Ronda movement, I have to say, help me, Ronda.
But you know, it gives you some interesting complications or features. Of course, you have the chronograph, which you can operate with the function pushers. The top one will start and stop that function, and the bottom bottom one will reset, basically an analog stopwatch. But now you have that day-date complication. And I love when you have that kind of rainbow day of the week there at the 12 o'clock position. Big date complication down at the 6. So it's very easy to read on this one. And still, we're getting into all 316L surgical grade stainless steel construction. A lot more expensive to utilize that material, but we've done that on all of these pieces. And you have that beautiful custom cut, beautiful crystal, by the way, which is sapphire. And check this out. The beveled edge, again, is so flawless on this piece. The way the light catches these pieces is amazing. Now, you know, we were talking about 1920s, 20s architecture. Even at the 12 o'clock position, you're going to notice it kind of looks like a building there as well, you know, and how that's been done. And again, look at the finishing techniques just on the hour markers. They will actually reflect that kind of searchlight design that's actually machined on the dial too.
Yeah, okay, this is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Get this home for 6 interest-free value pays, extraordinary craftsmanship, and a beautiful refined elegance. Even the case back is beautiful. It tells you all about your watch, from the movement, sapphire crystal once again. Hey, let's go back to that actually, because you know, I also like to sometimes in our timepiece collector hours go back to basics, because we know that we have, you know, our longtime collectors that are out there. You guys already know, but for somebody who might be shopping for the very first time, let's walk you through why sapphire crystal is so coveted and desired in a timepiece.
Sure. You know, I think a lot of times what you're going to hear is a material from a watch manufacturer that typically, and there may be a name for it that they use, proprietary name, something like that, but it's literally, it's going to be more than likely a sapphire coated mineral crystal. That's really what you're going to get into.
Okay.
And you know, a lot of times, and I like to describe things like this, if you get something that is similar to it or like it, the reason why manufacturers in any industry, the reason why they do that is because you would want the real thing. It's like bracelets, where a lot of times you can have hollow bracelets. Why did they make them look solid even though they're hollow? Is because everybody wants a solid bracelet, right?
Yeah.
So you want the actual genuine spec, right, specification, and that's what you have on this one. So sapphire literally is an extremely hard material, and that's how it gets
9 on the most hardness
and
scale.
that's how it gets its, you know, scratch resistant property, and that's why collectors absolutely want that on their wrist. Now, we talk about what collectors want quite a bit, you know, here on the network. That does not mean you have to be a collector at home to enjoy, you know, those types of watches. We're just describing what people want to see. So if you want to get into a high quality watch, I think that should pique your interest as well. But if you want a timeless classic, one that is absolutely guaranteed to never go out of style, not only this timepiece, but any watch in the Gatsby collection will be perfect for you.
All right, we're really excited about it. Anti-reflective treatment here, curved sapphire crystal.
Multiple levels of.
And you also have the loom here as well. Did we show that one yet? I can't remember. Okay, we'll show that again. Genuine smooth leather here as well with the crocodile embossment. There's the loom. Yeah, I don't think we have shown this one yet. Absolutely gorgeous. You have your day window at the top, and then you have your date window at the 6 o'clock position here. Ships for free, 30-day money-back guarantee. We're just giving you a little preview of everything that's to come with our Gatsby collection. So, okay, so what was it like when you sat down with Vikas and you were, you know, learning a little bit more about the collection and, you know, really the inspiration behind it? What was that experience like with him?
You know, I think it was fascinating, you know, to get into the, you know, the mind of the designer, absolutely.
Isn't that great?
Not only did we sit and kind of chat for quite a while about certain things, we actually shot a few videos. So hopefully at some point, which actually gets a little bit more in depth with the inspiration and the design on a lot of the pieces that you're going to be seeing a little bit later in the month. So I think we're probably going to be showing those at some time as well. So I did get to spend quite a bit of time with the designer and the creator. He's a great guy, love what he's about, and he's very detail oriented. Now, if you've watched this program for any length of time with me, you know, that's something that I love. You know, I like to look at the details, call out those details when we see them. So to meet somebody else that's that, you know, big into that part of the business, that really makes it extremely exciting. And of course, when you get into a watch of this caliber, you want to make sure the details are done beautifully.
Yeah.
And that's what's been done on this one. Again, look at the perfect crystal and how that's been done. Almost no distortion on that. Again, the mirror polishing. It doesn't get any more flawless than this. There's a lot of, I've seen a lot of watch manufacturers, and they can be, you know, pretty high end, and the finishing techniques are pretty low end. They're pretty bad, right? It's almost like they're not coloring within the lines or something like that. Here, it's absolutely stunning. I just want to show that experience once again.
Thank you.
When you get this home, the mirror polishing, the lacquer on this is absolutely insane. Look at this. You can see the studio lights in the case, right? When I move that around. And again, you have the beautiful plated hardware. You open this up. I mean, that's the experience that you want when you get that beautiful timeless classic home.
For sure. Okay, we have about 5 minutes to shop. We'll take you through your colors and those close-up shots here once again so you guys can see all of the details. I mean, these are some of the
It's
most...
got that new watch smell.
Oh my gosh, it does. We like that. We like that.
Yeah.
So we'll walk you through all of the details here once again. I just had to check my notes here for a moment. The official premiere is going to be December 1st. So as you guys are tuning in right now, oh my gosh, we only have 15 minutes left in our first hour together.
Right.
Only 15 minutes left. Okay, I want you to mark your calendars because December 1st is going to be the official premiere and the official launch of our Gatsby timepiece collection here at ShopHQ. Everybody has been working so hard behind the scenes. We're really, really excited about this partnership, this exclusive to you brand here at ShopHQ, and so much more to come. So it's a journey that our watch collectors are really going on with us here in terms of the development of the Gatsby line. You know, I think that I was born in the wrong period because I love the fashion from this time period. I have a lot of like flapper style dresses in my costume closets at home, and it really is a fantastic time period. And you know, that's exactly what this Gatsby line does. It pays homage to that fantastic period, you know?
You know what I love about that too is that it's always been in style. You know, it's never going to go out of style, and that's what I love about these timepieces too. You know, there's a lot of modern timepieces that you'll fall in love with, but a year from now, you may not wear it anymore. These are timepieces you can wear every single day and appreciate and enjoy. And I think when you get, you know, beautifully designed, classically, you know, built timepiece like this, it just kind of changes your feeling for the day. It makes you feel great when you're wearing something like this. Here's that blue, by the way. Look at this. We're calling this silver tone blue, but you actually have gunmetal on the dial, so it really has a beautiful contrast.
Really
then you have that look of the furnace bluing on the hands of this piece as well. So the touch of accents of the blue on that dial is absolutely amazing. On this piece, the straps are so extremely comfortable. You know, a lot of times when you get into leather straps, there's an extended break-in period, which I'm never going to understand because when are you going to wear it? I mean, if it's uncomfortable, you're just not going to wear the timepiece. It's that simple. You're probably going to return it. When you get this one home, instantly you're wearing this. You're enjoying this timepiece. And that's the experience we want you to have with Gatsby.
Yeah, I actually have done that. I got a timepiece home recently, and I still need to size it.
It's
so
like,
I've had it for like over a month now. And I've been asking my husband, do you know where your tools are? We haven't done it yet. I have to size it. I have to wear it. I will. I've had people call me out. They're like, "Where's your timepiece? I know you bought it." I will. I just have to get it sized first. But I like that call out because
it's so extremely
right out of the box,
soft,
you're going to be putting this on your wrist. You're going to be wearing it.
In all of these, basically, if you are gifting these for the holiday season, you're putting these under the tree, set the date, right? Set the time, and whoever you gift it to, they're wearing it immediately. You don't have to size it, right? I mean, instantly, they will be wearing and enjoying that piece from day one, and I love everything about that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, final couple of minutes to shop on the Autograph. This is 929901. I want to make sure that you know all of the different ways that you are able to get these timepieces home. Of course, we have Value Pay. We walked you through that. 6 interest-free Value Pays, no interest, no qualifying. We also have special financing. So if you have your ShopHQ credit card, this is going to qualify for that extended financing up to 18-month special financing. So that's going to qualify for the 18-month extended. Another another great way that you can shop, that you have the ease of being able to get something like this home. 40 millimeters in terms of the case size, anti-reflective treatment here once again.
We should talk about the case size real quick,
let's do
because
it.
this one does have a little bit more of a bolder case size, I would say. Before I do that, I don't know if we get it tight right here, because I just want to show this cabochon before.
I literally was just
Is that what
doing
you're going to do too?
Yeah.
Because I know you mentioned that before. It has that signature Gatsby
So
logo
cool.
on there too. So I mean, again, everything is tied together beautifully here. But I'm just going to flip this up. So what we're talking about, with this case size, it's 40 millimeters without the crown this way, but it's 44 millimeters if you measure it kind of, the case this way. So it's larger. Whenever you get into, something that's not round, I think it's important to give everybody a little bit more of the specifications, just so you can really get a perspective. So it's a little bit larger than the pieces we were showing you. I don't think it's oversized by any means.
No.
And of course with the strap, I think a lot of people can wear these.
Okay, final 30 seconds. Again, it's the only tonneau shape case that we have in our previews here tonight. I always love the look of the tonneau shape. Very, very sleek, very stylish. Kind of gives you that luxury factor. You are wearing, what one is that? That's the gold tone. That's the gold tone black.
Gold tone black.
We also have the silver tone blue. My cards are not updated. Okay, there. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. Justin, why don't you say? And then we also have the silver tone black. Thank you. A little late for that.
It.
Okay, 929-901 is your item number to shop. Now, I want to share with you. Oh, yes. Okay, so this is where we started our show. It's 929-897. Welcome to the Fitzgerald. 40 millimeter in terms of the case size that you're looking at right there, and 3 beautiful colors. That one is inspired by the iconic skyscrapers of the 1920s. Also, our only mesh strap watch that we have shared in this first hour is still up for grabs. A lot of you guys were loving that black option with the beautiful gold tone accents. They really pop in that color. It's 929-902. It's beautifully sophisticated and handsome in terms of that design right there. And that's called the Symphony. If you want to start shopping for that or take a closer look now, we're getting into the Burlington. This is an automatic movement. It does feature the open heart dial, 40 millimeter case size that you are looking at here. We'll walk you through all of your great choices that we have up for grabs. And once again, 6 interest-free value pays are going to get this home. Rubber strap material, we will discuss.
Yeah.
Okay, so we start with our, I'm assuming this is just called our gold tone. Okay, this is our gold tone, new addition since last night. There's your gold tone. This is our rose tone right next. I don't know. I have a thing for rose gold. I think it looks so good. And very, very vintage too, which I think is fantastic in terms of this collection that we're talking about. And then finally, okay, this is easy enough, silver tone right here. So here is your silver tone. Beautiful dial, open heart open heart right here as well with the exhibition case back. We'll show you all of the angles so you guys can check that out further. This is really a marvel of engineering and sophisticated design, Justin.
It is, and it's a testament to the innovation of the 1920s kind of rail system and locomotives, and I think that's really why Vikas, the designer here, decided to put the mechanical automatic on the inside. When you think of those steam locomotives, things like the moving parts, stuff like that, that's what you have here. It's literally, a machine that's on the inside of this. So previously we've been talking about quartz caliber movements, and I know I throw that term out all the time. It literally means there's a battery on the inside operating that movement, controlled by electronic module. This is completely different. This is a machine that powers itself literally by you just wearing it. So as you're wearing it, it's spinning that rotor, winding up that mainspring, and that's driving the mechanics of this piece. And I can't think of a better throwback than something like this. Typically you'd get into mechanicals and stuff like that back in the day. So I love that we featured that. You can manually wind it if you want to via the crown. You just rotate that clockwise and you can actually feel that you're putting power into that spring. Now, no worries. I know a lot of people ask this all the time, about overwinding. Modern mechanicals and mechanical automatics typically will have a clutch system that won't allow you to overwind it. That being said, I'm not saying you use it as a fidget spinner all day long or something like that. Maybe give it 30, 40 spins, put it on your wrist, and you're absolutely good to go. So you got a 42-hour power reserve. That means when it's fully wound, It'll run for 42 hours, give or take a couple hours, if you just set that down. So you don't have to wear it every single day, although I think you will.
Yeah.
It has features 21,600 vibrations per hour, 21 jewel bearings on the inside. The jewel bearings are placed at strategic locations to reduce the wear and the frictions at those locations. You can actually see one of them right there. Of course, back in the day when we're talking about the 20s, they would have been rubies, right? And now they're synthetic stones that we're utilizing. It's just better quality control. But there's 21 jewels on the inside. You were talking about the open
but also
heart.
Functional.
Yeah, pretty. And you were talking about the open heart, which literally gives you a peek, right, on the inside of that movement to what's happening on the inside.
Sure.
And then, yes, we've done the exhibition case back.
Love
and
it.
you have sapphire crystals once again, front and back on this one, so it's very expensive on this build. There's a lot of watch manufacturers, when they're building watches with mechanical automatics, they just cover them up with a stainless steel case back. And the sole reason is because it's vastly cheaper to do so. Here, to put that additional sapphire crystal, a lot more expensive, but you want to expose, what's happening on the inside of these gorgeous pieces.
What makes your watch tick? And I know a lot of our collectors always love those exhibition case backs, so you can see to the heart of the movement here. This is the open heart style that we're sharing with you right now. Now, I want to also get into, thickness-wise, this is a 13 millimeter thickness, 40 millimeters in terms of the case size, beautiful, sophisticated design, meticulous attention to detail here, everybody. But I like the rubber strap material. This is great for an active watch. It's great for a sports watch. It's also nice, comfortable, and lightweight, Justin.
Well, I remember specifically talking to, Vikas about this timepiece with the strap, because it has a little bit more of a modern flair to it with the rubber strap and even the case design that we're seeing here today. So it's kind of a unique build where it transcends kind of multiple eras. So not only does it have the 1920s vibe of the railways that we're talking about and that sophistication on the dial, but then we use some other materials too. And it's actually an FKM rubber strap, which actually can withstand higher temps, harsh chemicals, and abrasions. It does not degrade over time like other strap materials will. So it's a very high-end strap that you're getting into. And when I was talking to him about this, there are watches that are hundreds of thousands of dollars that feature rubber straps, right? When you get into the upgraded straps, and that's what you have. Super soft, by the way, as well. It's going to be, I think, even more soft than silicone. So you're going to be extremely pleased when you get this home. But check how custom this is. So you still have that kind of Art Deco vintage design in the embossing on the strap of this piece too.
Isn't that beautiful? Final 4 minutes to shop. There's a lot of interest in our Gatsby timepieces right now. I don't want anybody to miss out on the opportunity. I want you to get in while we have this exclusive preview for this brand new collection here at ShopHQ. So I want to remind you guys, we are coming up at the top of the hour. So I always like to remind you at this time, if you have not checked out of your carts, it's a fantastic time to do so. Get it home on that value pay. This also is going to qualify for extended 18-month special financing if you are using that ShopHQ credit card. Step into the world of opulence. Step into the world of luxury. It's vintage inspired meets modern innovations when we talk all things Gatsby. Absolutely beautiful designs. We mentioned this earlier. I'll say it again. The designs really are at the forefront of this fantastic collection.
Oh, absolutely. The designs are flawless. Here's a unique, I just actually was having such a good time, I forgot we had the microscope over here.
Hey!
So we'll go ahead and, put these under the microscope. You're gonna notice the beautiful texture, by the way. I love the, the constant running seconds that you have right there too, with the custom hand that's been done. But look at the texture, even on that subdial. You can have a little bit of a peek of the, the inner workings there with that open heart as well. Again, flawless. Look at everything on here, how it's finished, how it's actually
So
attached
well
to the
done.
timepiece. It is beautiful.
I know. We're kind of getting our live reactions here since it's our first time previewing these to all of our friends at home. So you're getting our genuine reactions as we look and really dive into all of these close-up details. Final 2 minutes to shop here. Let me remind you of your item number. We'll go through The details, once again, brand new today, exclusive access. I keep saying this, it's kind of the peek behind the curtain of what we have been working on with our new Gatsby timepiece collection. It's 923 flat sapphire crystal anti-reflective treatment exhibition case back here once again. 40 millimeters in terms of the case size, the thickness 13 millimeters. I think that this watch is a really
size.
solid, like, everyday choice.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is, again, a piece that you're going to enjoy every single day of your life. I love that it kind of, in my opinion, transcends a little bit of the eras. So it has a little bit of everything, which, again, means it's never going to be going out of style.
Yeah.
Again, you have the cabochon crown on this piece, too, with that signature Gatsby logo. Look at how beautifully finished. Look at the side of the case. A lot of the cases we've been showing you are mirror polished on the side.
Yeah.
Look at the beauty of the perfect horizontal brushing on the side of this case. It is absolutely stunning on this piece. And then it goes into the mirror polishing on that bezel. I'm telling you, when you get this home, you are going to absolutely fall in love, not just with the timepiece, with the brand. Beautifully done.
Oh, we cannot
and here's
wait.
that packaging again.
Thank you for thank you for keeping showing that. Yeah, we cannot wait to take you on this journey with Gatsby timepieces. Am I right in saying we're going to have like 7 different collections with Gatsby that we'll be introducing to our collectors?
Yeah, and that's just for the launch. I mean, obviously we're going to be, we're going to continue designing pieces, and it's just going to get absolutely just crazy.
Okay, final couple of minutes here. I want to make sure that you know all of your color choices. We'll show that once again. Pretty simple here. Rose tone, gold tone, silver tone. Sometimes you want to decide which one